Hey guys, come on downstairs. We've got a little Minnesota Twins action for you today. It is games number 93 through 95 of the regular season of year number 3. And we are coming off 3 straight losses coming out of the All-Star break on the road to the Houston Astros. And we will have a 3-game series from the City of Angels and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers at 55-38, one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. They have won 9 of their last 10 games, and we are one of the coldest teams in baseball, having lost like 5 of our last 6, something like that. And Eduardo Nunez, Peterson, Rosario, Valbuena, Mesoraco, Byron Buxton, Jorge Polanco at short, Bonifacio at third, and Alex Wood will be the pitcher to try to dig us out of this hole against one of the better teams in all of baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Alex Wood, the former Dodger, on the hill here at Chavez Ravine. He is 5-7 for the Twins, making his 19th start, a 3.28 ERA, a 1.22 whip, 74 strikeouts to 13 walks, and we will face Brandon McCarthy, making his 10th start of the year, 80 2/3 innings, a 3.35 ERA for the Dodgers, 61 strikeouts and 24 walks for the big right-hander. We'll get some action here going in the first inning. Corey Seager at the plate, 283 hitter with 10 home runs, 24 driven in. With a runner on second and 1 out, and he's going to loft this one into center field. Byron Buxton coming in, and Byron Buxton can't come up with the catch. That's going to be an error. It rolls past him. Eddie Rosario picks it up, gets it back into the infield, and Corey Seager is in with a triple. Well, it's probably just an error. But Corey Seager drives in the run. It's 1-0 Dodgers at the end of the first on a very costly error by Byron Buxton. Top of the third inning now. Luis Valbuena at the plate with runners on second and third and 1 out. Here's the delivery from McCarthy, and Valbuena is going to drive this one deep into the right center gap. That's going to one-hop the wall. 1 run's going to come in to score, and Valbuena is going to be in with a stand-up double. And that gives the Twins the lead at 2-1. 22nd double of the year for Valbuena as we go to the 4th inning. Austin Barnes, the catcher, plays catcher and second base occasionally for the Dodgers. And he's going to strike out looking with runners on the corners, and that'll leave him stranded. At the end of 4, the Twins lead 2-1, trying to snap out of this losing streak. We go to the 6th inning. Sean Rowley at the plate. 14 home runs on the year, 33 RBIs, facing the lefty Wood, and he's going to drive this one over the first baseman's head and into right field. It's cut off by Nunez. A run is going to come in to score to even up the game, and it's an RBI single for Rowley, and that'll be the end of the day for Alex Wood. Tyler Chatwood comes into the game now, making his 26th appearance. 4.60 ERA, facing Barnes, and Barnes is going to line this one down the first baseline past a diving Valbuena. Eduardo Nunez misplays it in the corner, and it is going to be a triple that drives in 2 runs, and the Dodgers take the lead 4-2 in the 6th. Now Brandon McCarthy, the pitcher, batting .207 with a runner on third and 1 out, and he is going to drive the run in with a ground ball to the right side. And you know things are going bad when the other team's pitchers are having productive at-bats that end up in runs. End of the 6th inning, Dodgers lead at 5-2. We go to the 9th now. Kenley Jansen on. Looking for save number 29. And he will be facing Jace Peterson here with runners on first and second. Peterson representing the tying run with 1 out. And Peterson's going to ground this one to the right side. Here comes the throw, and it's airmailed into left field. 1 run's going to come in to score. Here comes the throw to third, and Eduardo Nunez is cut down at the third base bag for out number 2, and that is really costly, as the tying run would have been in scoring position. But now Eddie Rosario represents the tying run at the plate, and he's going to sky this one into center field. Catch is made by Jock Peterson, and the Dodgers get the win 5-3 here at Dodger Stadium. And they take a 1-0 lead in the season series. Lance McCullers is the winner for the Dodgers. Alex Meyer gets the loss for the Twins. Sorry, that should be Alex Wood gets the loss for the Twins. Luis Valbuena Had a good day for the Twins. Trade deadline news here. We are going to be active at this trade deadline. We do not want our opportunity to win this division to slip away. So we trade away Matt Dominguez, Steven Gonsalves, Fernando Romero, and we pick up Steven Piscotty and Jimmy Dyer from the St. Louis Cardinals. And the salaries match up pretty even there, but we lose 3 prospects for an established veteran in Steven Piscotty. As we go into game number 2 of this 3-game series, Eduardo Nunez. Steven Piscotty will make his debut for the Twins in right field and batting second. Robbie Grossman batting third, Vargas, Mesoraco, Buxton, Polanco, Bonifacio, and Jose De Leon. Tim Killian, Howie Kendrick, Seager, Martinez, Gonzalez, Kike Hernandez, Jock Peterson in center, Chris Iannetta behind the plate, and we have to deal with Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers in this one. If we're going to break a losing streak, it's going to have to come against Clayton Kershaw. Jose De Leon's going to try to keep us in the game here against one of the better pitchers to ever take the mound in Major League Baseball. Clayton Kershaw making his 20th start. A 1.95 ERA. Let's get the action started here in the first inning with Steven Piscotty's first at-bat in a Minnesota Twins uniform, facing Clayton Kershaw on an 0-2 count, and he slaps it the other way for a base hit. And Piscotty is aboard in his first at-bat, and that's what we need from him. He doesn't have a great batting average so far this season with the Cardinals, but he has the potential to be a very good player for us and a very steady veteran presence on this baseball team that kind of lacks it. Howie Kendrick strikes out looking to end the third inning, and we are scoreless as we head to the fourth. Devin Mesoraco, 228 average with 9 home runs on the year, a runner on first and 2 outs, and he's going to line this one into left field. That one is high, and it's going to bounce off the base of the wall. Vargas rounding third, heading to the plate. Here comes the relay from Kendrick, and Kenys Vargas is thrown out at the plate. An absolutely perfect relay by the Dodgers, and that keeps us off the board. We go to the 6th inning now. Devin Mesoraco up again. He's 1 for 2 on the day, a 231 batting average. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Trying to get that all-important RBI base hit to get on the board first against Clayton Kershaw, and he pops it up. Howie Kendrick retreats into center field to get it. In the middle of 6th, we have stranded 6 runners. The Dodgers, meanwhile, only have 1 hit on the day against former Dodger Jose De Leon, and De Leon strikes out Tim Killian in the bottom of the 6th for the first out. Here's J.D. Martinez now, 288, one of the league leaders in home runs with 24 on a 3-2 count with 2 outs. And J.D. Martinez swings and misses the breaking ball. Jose De Leon gets through 6 innings, giving up only 2 hits. And that is what you've got to have from your pitcher when you're going head-to-head with Clayton Kershaw. Shane Ashley now on for the Twins. Jose De Leon's gone as far as he can take us. With the bases loaded and 1 out and Corey Seager at the plate, we bring in the lefty to try to induce a ground ball double play or something of the sort. And a very nice piece of hitting with 2 strikes by Corey Seager is going to drive in the first run of the game. In the bottom of the 8th inning, the Dodgers take the lead. Very nice piece of hitting on the breaking ball on the outside corner, backdoor breaking ball. Base is still loaded with 1 out. J.D. Martinez is going to line this one down the first baseline, and that one's going to do a lot of damage. All 3 runners are going to score. And J.D. Martinez, with his 20th double of the year, drives in 3 runs. The Dodgers end up winning 4-1. And Jose De Leon ends up not getting the win here against the Dodgers. Chris Hatcher gets the win for the Dodgers, so the win didn't go to Clayton Kershaw either. And our lead has dwindled in the Central Division to 2 games over the Detroit Tigers as we head into the final game of this series. Quick look at where the Dodgers are at. They have now won 7 games in a row, and they're 9-1. They're only lost to the Philadelphia Phillies in their last 10. And we have lost now 5 in a row out of the All-Star break. We're at 46-48. The Dodgers are 57-38. Just not a good time to be playing the hottest team in baseball when you're struggling the way we have, especially at the plate against very good pitching staff. Julio Urias will go for the Dodgers today. Jose Barrios will be on the hill for us as you look at our batting orders. Jose Barrios making his 12th start, a 4.23 ERA. 1.20 whip, 11 walks, 70 strikeouts, and Urias 11-2 with a 3.26 ERA in 99 and a third innings. So another tough challenge for us here if we're going to snap this losing streak. We're facing a pretty solid pitcher, and here is Julio Urias at the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and he grounds it past Eduardo Nunez at third, and that is just not a good sign, guys. When the opposing pitcher, who has a .069 batting average, is driving in runs against you, you know you are in big trouble. J.D. Martinez at the plate now. Runner at second with 1 out. Dodgers leading 2-0. And Jose Barrios throws the pitch and ends up clutching his elbow, and he is going to have to be removed from the game. And he will be off to have an MRI taken. We will get news on his status at the conclusion of this game. Adrian Gonzalez at the plate now with 2 outs, runner on third, and Trevor May at the plate, and Adrian Gonzalez drives in the run, does what he's done his entire career. 37th RBI of the year for Adrian Gonzalez. It's 3-0 Dodgers at the end of the third. And things are not looking good with our starting pitcher at the hospital having an MRI taken. Jock Peterson at the plate now with bases loaded and 2 outs. And a big pitch there is driven into left field for a base hit. 2 runs come in to score. It would have been huge if the Twins could have got out of that jam, but they don't. It's 5-0 Dodgers. Yasmani Grandal at the plate now with runners on first and second. He's going to ground it past Kenis Vargas. And Kenis Vargas fielding at first base. I mean, our fielding altogether has really been abysmal this entire season. The Dodgers end up winning 7-0. We are reeling into our 6th straight loss and swept in our 2nd straight series. And our lead in the American League Central is down to 1 game. I mean, honestly, we're 46-49, and we have a 1-game lead in the Central. We should be counting our blessings. But we need to make some aggressive changes to this roster if we want to compete, which we should, for the playoffs. Injury report. The MRI comes back negative on Jose Barrios, and he is day-to-day with an elbow sprain. And good news is Miguel Sano will be back for the next game. Some trade deadline news, as we are making a very bold statement here that we are trying to make the playoffs this year. We acquire Will Myers from the San Diego Padres in exchange for Jorge Polanco, Adam Walker, and Nick Birdy. And we take on his $3.9 million contract. It is up at the end of this year, and he will be a free agent. So we will get a chance to see how he does for us before we try to re-sign him or not at the end of the year. But he has a .342 batting average. He is leading the National League in hitting with 19 home runs and 59 RBIs and 8 stolen bases. So he should really shore up the right side of the infield for us and be a very productive hitter as we try to get ourselves back on the winning side of things here at Minnesota Twins franchise, and maybe let all of the players on our team know that we are trying to win now as we have this opportunity here in the American League Central that is very poor. We cannot let this opportunity go to waste. We have got to make it to the playoffs this year, and we are pulling out all the stops to do so here on Minnesota Twins franchise on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.